Good evening, guys, and welcome back to Marantz. Rantz, plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. It's going to be a longer format video at night right now because I work and I don't have time to come to you guys and do the live streams. I'll be doing this longer format video. Might be 20, might be 40 minutes, might be an hour. I don't know, but I got a lot to get out there. Right now, this is going to be Connect the Dots part 47, 48, somewhere in that range. I'll title it later when I'm done tonight, but let's go ahead and go into it. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Today, the headline was GameStop's 401k, the update for the employees themselves. So I'll give you some insight on that. Additionally, Larry Cheng put out a great tweet. I hope people watched it, and I'll dive into that as well. And then, of course, we'll look at the stock and the price movement that it was or that it wasn't. So no edits, no cuts, guys, even if I have to pull on my ear here and I'm start itching. Let's look at it. Let's go. Welcome back to Marantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. So here is what everyone wants to talk about. And GameStop is making a series of important changes to their benefits program that become effective January 1st, 2024. These changes include changes in the premiums you pay for your health coverage. In addition, GameStop will no longer provide the following employee-funded benefit coverages, which is basic life, accidental death, and dismemberment, short-term disability, long-term disability, employer match of the health savings account, and employee match of 401k. Now, as you guys read all this, it tells you they're still offering plenty of other benefits, which were awesome. But yes, the big one is employer match 401k, taken away, some basic life, things like that. But those are all like trivial. So what you can look at this, and only because I implement the 401k for my company, as far as the employees that I work with, that's what I actually do. So I understand the benefits of it and the pros and cons, I should tell you. And so a lot of people are looking at this and say, this is a red flag for GameStop and their earnings, or someone was trying to relate to they're just not profitable and they're trying to make cuts everywhere they can. Yes, I want to put it very clear to everyone. GameStop, they are cutting up everything they've done. They're renegotiating everything, and they should. And I'll tell you why they should towards the end of this, after we go through this. But what are the employees really losing? Not much, because when I looked at it, I saw here, and I read through it all. This is the whole pamphlet here. And it said they're still going to offer them, medical, obviously, and they have to pay a couple of premiums themselves. But this is no different. I actually worked for a couple of corporations. First corporation I ever worked for was called Gannett, other than the United States Army, right? But I worked for Gannett, in which they're the parent company of Arizona Republic, USA Today, Curbuilder.com at the time, and then, of course, the Desert Sun, where I live, the newspaper. But they had plenty of benefit programs, and then they cut them as well. And they went ahead and laid off everybody. This is during 2008, 2009 timeframe. But right now, GameStop is just telling you that they have some increases and they have some changes. Now, I work for Costco right now. And Costco does do a 20% match, i.e. they match 100% up to 20%. Then they also give you other incentives of things that you can buy and you pay for and you come out of pocket. But it's always changing. What's the biggest change for me at Costco working there was the bonus program. So they actually have what they call an extra hour program where they actually pay you an additional $2. It's called an extra check. They pay you $2 for every hour you work throughout the year. And then they give you a bonus check every 6 months for those $2 of every hour worked. It comes out to around $3,000 bonus. Everyone gets one every half year, right? And so it was amazing. Like when I first got hired, they're like, here's where you're going to start. Here's where you're going to end. But just know that if you work 8,000 hours, you're going to have a bonus. And you'll start getting bonuses. And the bonuses now are like $5,000, $6,000 every 6 months. So you're like, okay, this is a great program. Well, do you know what happened to the employees moving forward? They don't get that same bonus program. They took it away. Or they told them, no, it's not 8 hours anymore. Now it's 13 hours. Now you got to work there for 10 years. Now you got to work there for 9 years, 8 years, because a lot of people aren't full-time when they initially get there. So, how much time do you have to put in before you start getting bonuses now? Are those Costco employees disgruntled? Are they mad about something that they didn't know they weren't getting? No. The original ones that are grandfathered in the other program, hey, the benefits are there to keep them intact. Right now, well, if you're going to build retention within the company, you're going to build a culture. It started out last year when they paid the executives, the store leaders, the RSUs. That was a big thing. And I know the stock price is down today. But if you work hard and you get your store up and running and you see minimal profits all the way through, those incremental profits are going to turn into a big snowball for the company. And it can, in turn, help you make a lot of money based off of the stock movement that is. The stock's undervalued as it is right now. But these are not things that deter people from getting the jobs and keeping the jobs. They still have to pay their families, right? They still have to pay for the expenses they have. That way, if they tell you, you know what, we're not going to match your 401k. I know plenty of plumbers, construction guys, a lot of people that don't even contribute to 401ks or don't have a plan. You're an entry-level retail employee. Let's all calm down before we throw up our hands and say this is terrible for the employees. It's not that. They're letting you know they want to be healthy, but they want to renegotiate their deal. Now, I know their deal. And if you don't know their deal, I'll show it to you here. They have their 401k plan partnered up with Principal Financial. Okay? The Principal Financial Group is the individual, they're the individuals that carry this. Now, when I saw it before private equity came in and started making changes, it was Wells Fargo. And I read up on this and it said, Principal Financial is the 401k provider for GameStop. And I was like, really? This is amazing. Because when you go and look up Principal Financial, you're going to see a board of directors. And you're going to go, you know what? Now I get why they switched him out. So the first one here on Principal Financial, as I looked at it, he's with PayPal Holdings. We all know how I feel about PayPal and private equity and the ties they have to it. McKinsey and Company. So when you see these guys sweep in, and he's been a director since 2019, you'll then see another one here. And this is Miss Beams. Miss Beams just got there. And she came from Brightsphere Investment Group. Brightsphere, if you don't know who they are, they're right here. And they were actually partnered up with the little company, and you guys know who they are. They're called Ares Capital. So Ares Management went ahead and bought them out, bought a large portion of their portfolio, you name it. That's when this young lady came over here to Principal, the one I was just showing you. But Brightsphere, of course, they partnered up, and they also have partnership with the Putnam Investments. And Putnam Investments, if you don't know who they are, they're partnered up with BCG and MMC. And that was, we've talked about this all before in other parts. The Marsh McLellan, right here, it's all here. It's right in here, guys. So they did all that where they were bought out by Boston Consulting Group. They partnered up with Putnam Investments. They did it all in 2007, 2006. The point is, it's all private equity. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you there. So yes, she has direct ties to that. Additionally, I believe she was on Voya, if I'm not mistaken. And as I look at here, yep, Voya Financial. So Voya Financial Inc., if you don't remember Voya Financial Inc., they were bought out by private equity. Additionally, they did a deal right here, a massive deal with Athene and Apollo Global Management, Crestview Partners as well. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars of retirement funds. So here's my point. When you look at Principal Financial Group, okay, they go ahead and they were bought out just recently in 2021, February 2021. They were bought out by Elliott Investment Management. Now listen, Elliott partnered up with Apollo and they did the Caesars deal. Elliott is private equity. It's just a sheer coincidence that Elliott Group went and bought out the investment firm, financial group, that's controlling GameStop's 401k. And they did it in February of 2021. We all know that was after the great blowup. Now, you might call me a conspiracy theory guy, but I'm telling you, Ryan, you're doing a great job because you're not going to negotiate with terrorists, as I call it. And here's why, for the lack of a better term. Because these guys are painting themselves just in a private equity corner. So they're driven by private equity. I went and read through every single board of director. I was checking them out because I'm trying to figure out why Ryan won't do the deal with them and or he's renegotiating the terms of the 401k that they're handing out. Now, all of this makes a lot of sense. I know this individual here went to the Wharton Business School. I wonder if that was just a coincidence. But when I went and started reading through and I saw they had plenty of ties, even Bain Capital, one still works for Bain Capital, or still comes from there. Private equity is on this board of directors, okay? And I read them all, and I was going through them. And right here, I think she's with Bain. Fannie Mae and this young lady, another capital firm. I don't know if it was her. It had to be her because I know I read it and I saw her face and it looked familiar. And they always look familiar. But maybe I'm wrong. I can be wrong. Maybe I read it on somebody else's name. Oh, this young lady. Here we go. Bain Capital. There you go. So she's with Bain. A lot of people, she's also with State Street Global Advisors. It's just private equity, right? So this whole damn Principal Financial, I'm happy for Ryan not to team up with them and partner up. And you know what? I just sped through this whole thing. I'm happy I did it. So here's the last part. This is going to be, let's just get this clear before I even look at this, just so that we're clear, guys. I want to make this very clear to everybody. Ryan is renegotiating everything. We get that part. 401k, everything included. Those little cuts that he's making, those little differences are going to make the difference on that balance sheet. And if that balance sheet wants to read a huge positive, that's awesome. Are they going to do it in January? Yes. And why? Because that's when the open enrollment happens right now. Renegotiate for next year, 2024, and or you do not commit to so much. I do this all the time. I'm just telling you this. Every year I evaluate the budget and I go, you know what? We're not going to do the Chamber of Commerce Platinum package. We'll do the silver. We're still helping out the community. We're still doing everything, but we're not buying the banners. We're not doing the diamond package. We're not going to be at every event, but we'll be at enough just to show face. GameStop has enough hourly employees. Okay. This is all for hourly employees. This has nothing to do with salary employees. These are exempt employees, or non-exempt employees, I should say, that are eligible for these benefit programs. They're still getting medical. They're still getting dental and vision. It's still there. It's just going to be changed on the 401k mat side. And I wouldn't want to put my money with private equity either. And I'm happy he's not doing it. Now, let's go back to this. This is Larry Chang, and he put out a tweet here, and I'll make myself a little smaller, just right there. So he puts out this tweet and he says, for those companies that can't get into the step 5, and if you don't remember this was about a tweet that they put out there. Larry Chang gave out 5 steps on how to make your company great and, profitable, get your market structure right, get your margins right, get your money right, boom. And then when you get to step 5, now you're going to look at, profitable growth. And what he was saying was draw back on everything. While we're getting destroyed here in this economy, just draw back on it. That's all he's saying. And as you do that, then you will grow again. We can grow again, guys. GameStop can expand again, but they can't do it like the way they did it previously. They did it reckless, and they did it by signing terrible deals, and they didn't negotiate the way they need to. Right now, these guys are infinitely smarter than what they were before. So they're older. This is their second company, the second go around, and I like it. He says, you'll find that your market is still there. Whatever market you're going after today will still be there tomorrow. That's gaming. Gaming's not going anywhere. If anything, it's expanding. So next year or the next decade or the next 5 years from now, and if you were going after a huge market cap and or NFTs, it's still going to be there. Web 3.0 is still going to be there. You don't have to be in a rush to get there. This is what I love about what I told you guys last night when I said you have forever. We have forever. The amount of time that you're going to put into something, into a craft, into you trying something new, your dream. All you guys are dreaming huge, man. Let me tell you guys something. Take a 20-year-old. Okay? A 20-year-old who says, you know what? I want to be this. Just name something you want to be. I want to be a radio personality. And if that 20-year-old never tries, and or if he tries and he fails, but at least he tried for like 5 to 10 years, then he can't live with doubt and regret. He can just say, you know what? I tried. I wasn't that good, or I never became, or I never got that shot that I needed. But give him a decade. Give him 2 decades. Give him time to try. That's what I'm doing. I'm not here 2 years in saying he's a failure, he can't do it, Ryan Cohen's trash. That's Michael Pachter. Those are guys who need the results today because they're old as hell. They need to retire. They need an estate plan. And they have their bosses who are beating down on them, knocking on their door, who are just as old, if not older. That's the problem. That's the dynamic that we're dealing with right now. So I'm happy Ryan is living the way he's living and running the company the way he's doing. But Larry Chang, if you guys don't know who Larry Chang is, he's on the board of directors of GameStop. He's the original investor into Chewy.com that saw Ryan for who he was and what he could be. Larry's his man. Larry rolls with them. This is one of Larry's guys, okay? Ryan Cohen is one of Larry's guys. And yeah, Ryan Cohen's probably worth more, but Larry's infinitely smarter. He's a smart man. When they say Ryan's a loser, well, then what the hell is Larry? Harvard graduate, running his own investment firm, extremely successful at what he does. What the hell is Larry? Ryan can be a failure all he wants. Call him a loser all you want. What the hell is Larry? These guys are tied to the hip. So don't tell me. You will find that it will be less competitive. Many of your competitors will have fallen away, unable to run the gauntlet on getting their business right. This is the best part. Right now, in this environment, everyone's going to tell you can't borrow money. You can't renegotiate these deals. Well, guess what? GameStop doesn't have to borrow money. They have their own. We gave it to them. Yes, they diluted a float of around 5 million shares. It is what it is. I'm hearing narratives out there. People say, well, they're going to do a reverse stock split to get the price. No, they're not. They love what it is. You guys know how many original shares of GameStop there were? When all the squeeze happened, all this big hoopla, there was 60 million shares, 66 million. And in that time frame, they went up to 70 and then 74 where they were. And they're right here where you're at right now at 305. 305 million after a 4-to-1 dividend split, divvy split. Now people are telling me reverse stock split. A reverse stock split wouldn't be bad because it wouldn't matter. You're just reverse stock splitting what we already have because no one's selling. Go look at the volume. It's less than 1% of the float is trading every day. And you're telling me that is a real drop off. If they were selling shares, guys, if there was panic in the streets, if there were people racing to the bottom trying to catch a falling knife, you literally would see volume like you've never seen. You would see 10, 20% of the float trading every day. If it were a true run on the stock, and it's not. They went from $20 a share all the way down to $12, and they're just trying to shake people. And I wish them the best of luck because like this says right here, you will find that it will be less competitive. Many of your competitors will have fallen away, unable to run the gauntlet on the business, on getting their business right. You can't. You can't outlast us. We're going to be here forever. I'm going to keep shopping. You're going to keep shopping. Keith is going to keep shopping. Stacks is going to keep shopping. We're all going to keep shopping. A lot of us. You'll find your market will stay uncompetitive because investors will have less capital and they will have scar tissues from all the companies that have failed. Therefore, they won't invest as readily. See, they're not running to GameStop right now. People are afraid. People are saying, hell no, I don't want to buy that. Did you see what happened with Coinbase? Did you see what happened with Carvana? Did you see what happened with Roblox right away? Out the gate? They're going to tell you all these companies that just shattered the minute you got into them. They don't want to touch them. That's fine. Don't touch it. Come try to get here when it's later. When we've been holding it, when we have the battle scars. You mean to tell me I'm going to be buying this stock at $10 a share for the next, what years? 4 years from now? I'm going to go 4 years buying $10 shares. Guess what? I'm going to have it all. There is no way you can tell me people are selling in fear. But it's going to be uncompetitive because your other surrounding companies are not in this sector. Nobody is. This is a special category of gaming. And we have a retail foot, we have an e-commerce, and we have a digital. Whether it be the NFT marketplace, when that's ready to go, we'll be ready. You'll find incredible freedom in running a business that generates cash. No lenders breathing down your neck with covenants, correct? No need to pitch investors every year for survival. No. You'll wonder how you possibly finance this business any other way. You know, this is the difference between GameStop and AMC. This is the difference between GameStop and any company. They're not begging for people to come in. They don't need it that way. They need their fundamentals and the growth of the industry to prove them correct. And I'll keep saying it, and I'll keep making videos, and I'll keep pushing. You revel in the capacity to focus most of your time, once again, on the most rewarding aspect of the journey, which is delighting the customer. You know what? You will revel in that. Delighting the customer is one of the things. I keep saying delighting. Delighting the customer is everything. I tell you, you know what I do, and I hope GameStop employees watch this video one day because this is what I do, my job, and I think I'm pretty good at it. But I make it a mission to make someone's day. Every day I go in, I want to make someone's day. I don't care. I don't care what it's going to cost me. I don't care if it's going to cost me time, if it's going to cost the company a little bit extra dollars, whatever it may be. It's about the culture that is, I can trust this guy, I can trust this company, and I can trust this experience. And if people were to just go to work every day trying to make people's day, the company is going to be amazing. And at the cost of what? The cost of, hey, they're going to come back and spend more money. Remember what I tell you guys, and Larry knows this well, and I know Ryan does too. It takes a lifetime to get that customer in front of you. It does. They have to grow up. They have to get a job. They have to buy a car. They have to get money. You know, they have to find a way to you, find a product they want to buy. All these things have to align for them to walk into your store and say, you know what, I want to buy that. But it only takes a moment to lose them. One bad taste in their mouth. And I can't even tell you how many people I've had to talk back into GameStop. Now, I'm not talking about investing with the company. I don't care if you buy shares at the company. That is not what I'm telling you. I have a buddy of mine. He's a gamer. He games all night and day. He's single. He's in his 40s. He owns every gaming console. He wants to be a gamer, nothing else. It's not that he doesn't like women or the opposite sex or whatever he likes. I don't care. I don't know. He just enjoys his freedom of not having to explain himself of why he's going to sit there and play games all night. When I first met him, he wouldn't shop at GameStop. No. I hate GameStop. Oh, God, they're terrible. Oh, he told me all the horror stories. And I was like, oh, yeah, I hear you. Where do you shop? Oh, Amazon, Steam, Best Buy. I'm proud to say 2 years later, 3 years later, this young man only shops at GameStop. And he's happy to do it. And he tells me, Marantz, I got your company more money today. I was like, really? Like, yeah, you went again? He goes, man, let me tell you what they had. And he goes in detail and he tells me. That's how I know we can make a difference. That's how I know people can give GameStop a second shot, because it's the only shot. You're not going to be going to Best Buy. You're going to get annoyed with what's going on with Amazon. You don't want to pay for that membership. You can't entice me to do these things. I really want it now, and I want it where it's at, and it comes to me quick. So you have a lot of fun growing again, but even more fun turning the dials on profitability, seeing the little improvements here and there, drop sight at the bottom line cash flow. Let me tell you guys something. Drop straight to the bottom line cash flow. My screen, if you guys could see my screen, it's actually angled down for the camera, so it's hard to see at the angle, and I apologize for not reading that correctly. But you know what? It's okay. No edits, no cuts. I will have fun seeing the small incremental growth and the turning the dials on profitability, and understanding that you might have found a product and or a vendor or an actual provider of products where you say, you know what, this is a new type of product we're going to sell, and look at the margins on it. I'm going to enjoy all of that. I am, because I'm seeing it firsthand. And you can imagine how I felt. I went to GameStop 2 days ago. I was in there, and the guy goes, hey, man, you guys want to buy that? Cool. Guess what I have? I have the new one. If you want the new one in the package, I'll give it to you, but I also have pre-owned. It's about $20 less if you're ready. Because it still works. They did it again. Upselling pre-owned, which I don't mind. And I don't mind selling the new stuff too, because people are still going to buy it. People do both. And I love it. The guy says, I'll take both. I'll take a new one and a pre-owned. And he said, well, he goes, well, I want to keep the one in the package. That was it. People are collectors. So I love it. And you'll have arrived with a fundamentally sound business that can create a lot of value for employees and shareholders alike. All right, guys. So that being said, if you didn't understand what he said for all those companies out there that get to the fifth step of profitability and growth, that's what GameStop plans to do. GameStop plans to break it all down, build it back up again, and finally get to the growth category where they were before. You know, when you get to that stage, you got to make sure everything else is aligned. All your renegotiated, charges and liabilities that you have in front of you, all the expenses to run your business, all the partnerships you have, the vendor responsibilities, the shareholder responsibilities, everything is going to align. This company is going to be profitable. It's going to be great, and it's going to grow. That is what Larry is telling you. He said it in a tweet, and I couldn't be more happy about it. Now, in closing, guys, I know this video is about 22 minutes right now, but I just want to share this with you on my way out the door. It is November 1st, 2023. I would have never dreamt that I would be here in front of you. I study the stock. I study the balance sheet. I eat, sleep, and breathe GameStop. You guys know this. But in addition to that, I have a family. I have a life. And I'm not doing the live streams every day like I used to. I've educated myself on how to live in front of the camera, on how to live, with my life, and how to get the balance there. I know a lot of YouTubers find it hard to fluctuate and find that equilibrium. I'm trying my best. I really am. I love to spend time with my family. I love to game. I love to educate myself. But of course, I enjoy being in front of you guys. So with that being said, you guys will try to see me about 1 or 2 times a week if I can. But I'm the most unsuccessful, successful YouTuber of all time. I promise you that. But I just want to say thank you to everyone out there. I appreciate the support. Obviously, I love GameStop. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep buying and shopping and doing my thing. But at nights like this, I'm just going to say one thing to you guys. I miss you. I wish we could hang out more. That's all I can say. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I really appreciate you guys. Get at me. Peace.
Welcome to Rantz. Welcome to Marantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz, a lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Kenny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated, don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or Superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz, 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 welcome to Marantz.